People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your average run-of-the-mill mama and papa blogging missionary style. No, this is blogging that takes you on top of the roof or under the cellar with mother hen and her little chickadees. This one is called Story Come to Bump. This one is called This is the MURDER version of the SSL. I am speaking about the case as it pertains to Philip Paulwell, baby mother number 1 Leoda Bradshaw, baby mother number 2. I am speaking about the lady with the little 10-month-old baby that has been missing, feared DEAD, only to be confirmed pending by the POPO. Now, why I say that this is the MURDER version of the SSL? Because it involves the POPO, it involves politician, it involves power, it involves corruption in its highest heights. A bombshell was dropped over the last 24 hours ago on a channel named TR Hot Tea by Shelly Ann Coran. Big up Shelly Ann Coran. You can go and see an interview that was done by a person that claims to be the mother of Leoda Bradshaw, and she is exposing a whole bunch of details as it pertains to Philip Paulwell, as it pertains to Leoda Bradshaw. Some of it, in my opinion, is she is taken up. Some of it is true, and some of it is lie, or call it inconsistencies. So pretty much she did an interview and she said exactly what transpired, her experience based on conversations that she's had with Leoda and both Philip Paulwell. And this is exactly what she has to say. However, I am going to tell you what I think about this whole thing and what is the motive, like I said before in the first video that I did initially. I told you that there was some bag of pasa mix up or circulate all over social media. And the motive was some sorts of ransom, some sorts of blackmail over some sorts of picture, some sorts of videos with your politician in a some sorts of compromising position with some little minors, amongst other things, amongst him having all sorts of fishy relationship. People that has been out there in the media for the longest time. This is not me making it up. So the motive, like I said, motive number 1 is those pictures, those videos that he did not want to get out there. Based on information from what this lady is saying, baby mother number 2 with the 10-month-old baby, she went in his computer hard drive and she found some pictures, she found some videos, and then she sent those videos to Leoda Bradshaw, which is baby mother number 1. There's also the question of unwanted child, meaning that 10-month-old baby. It is said that Mr. Philip Paulwell had little or no interaction with that child. So therefore, when that child went missing, he did not really care, allegedly. Now people, here's the thing. There's a classist Jamaica, there's a rich and there's a poor. There's a uptown Jamaica, there is a set of people that feel as if they are entitled. I am not going to say that Mr. Paulwell is not a good man in the politics and he does not deal with the poorer people in his constituency. So I am not going to say that he wouldn't date a lady that is not of the uptown type. Yes, he will date them because he is a freak. He may make them blow him. He may have all sorts of SCX, front door and back door. That is factual. However, he will not be with them. He will never marry them. He is not the husband type. And the facts are there that the reason why him and his wife divorced is because there's some sorts of suspicion of him having relationship with men, people of the same sex. So people like me say, that has been circulating all over social media in a real life. This lady came and she echoed the sentiments. Now the question that most persons are going to ask, who is responsible for that lady, baby mother number 2 and the 10-month-old Mr. Paulwell's child that looks just like him? Is it, and this is a multiple choice question, is it A. Leoda Bradshaw, B. Philip Paulwell, or C. both? Each of them covering up for each other. Each of them seems as if they are turning against each other right now, and each person is pointing the finger. People, let me know if you think they are Leoda, let me know if you think they are Philip, or you think that both are equally involved, both are equally guilty, evil, and murderous. Now, based on what the PAU is saying, their investigation, and that is based on what your Deputy Commissioner of PAU, Mr. Fitzbailey, had to say, the direction in which the investigating points to Leoda Bradshaw. Yes, I told you before, based on conversations that I've had with persons involved in a law enforcement in a Jamaica and overseas, them say, Mr. Philip Paulwell has to know something. To what degree does he know? At least he is an accessory after the fact. At least he knows, he has information without a shadow of a doubt that something is going on. Somebody lost their life, and somebody or some people is trying to cover up for whomever is guilty as sin. So based on what your Deputy Commissioner of PAU, Mr. Fitzbailey, is saying, it is Bradshaw who is responsible, and they have evidence to substantiate it. Now people, you and I saw the same thing that happened as it pertains to SSL. So the question we have to ask, is Leoda Bradshaw now the scapegoat in the murderous version of the SSL, meaning politics, power, and corruption as it pertains to PAU? When we think about Mr. Philip Paulwell and why would he want this little child to go, why would he want that mother to go? It is because she found in his computer, like the lady said, pictures of him in compromising position. He then sent those pictures to Mrs. Bradshaw. Mrs. Bradshaw was aware of it. Mrs. Bradshaw shared that information with Philip Paulwell. When Philip Paulwell heard this, because politics is about power, politics is about winning, politics is about avoiding scandals. Even though these politicians in Jamaica, they are so barefaced and brawling, they always find themselves in some sorts of scandalous situation. So do you think that that is the motive for Mr. Philip Paulwell? He did not want those pictures and videos of his fishy escapade and minor escapade in the petty type to come out. He did not want the scandal of him having any sort of side chick, especially when it is said that he was in some sort of long-term relationship with Miss Leoda Bradshaw, and they had a child that is 8-year-old. On top of the fact that it is said that his wife, numero uno, officially left him after finding out all sorts of information about him or catching him in some sorts of action with some other sorts of man. As it pertains to Miss Leoda Bradshaw, again, people, you have to ask the question, why would she do something like this? Why a beautiful lady that seems to have everything going for her would come to Jamaica, plan and scheme, whether it is by conspiracy or not. The takeaway of a next child, of a mother, and she herself is a mother. How cold can you be? How evil can you be? But the truth is that you and I do not have the minds of a maniac. It is going to be out of bounds. It is not in our gene, our genetic makeup to do stuff like that, because we are indeed decent human beings. However, it seems as if Mrs. Leoda Bradshaw is very insecure. She wants Mr. Paulwell as a husband, and she wants to be the sole wife with the sole kid. So therefore, she sees baby mother number 2 and the 10-year-old as a threat that she had to eliminate by all means necessary. However, you have to ask the question, how could she be so bold or foolish to actually leave from America, a first world country, come to Jamaica and want to take away a child and the mother? It is because she knows, or she was confident that she has the backing of a powerful politician in Mr. Philip Paulwell, so therefore she could literally get away with MURDER, because it seems as if that is the trend as it pertains to these politicians in Jamaica. It is proven over and over. So the ulterior motive for Leoda is a husband, a house with wide picket fence, and living forever in joy. The ulterior motive for Mr. Paulwell is winning, being powerful, being a politician, making all that political money, getting all that clout, using his power in a very ABUSIVE way to FUCK off all of the little picnic, all of the liquor freak them in a Jamaica that is pretty much sees him as some sorts of role model, which he is not. And based on how the fingers are pointing right now, it seems as if we have at least 2 persons that are guilty of conspiracy to kidnap, abduct, make persons missing, then take them away, and then try to destroy the BODY, fling them in a shallow grave. That is yet to be determined based on the process that is going through right now. So people, at the end of the day, you heard this lady, well, in the interview this lady said, listen, I spoke to Leoda when she was at Mr. Paulwell's house, and Leoda distinctly said, listen, I feel as if they are trying to set me up. However, if Leoda was not a part of the conspiracy, was not lured to come to Jamaica and bring out whatever plan, I think that the plan was for her to lure baby mother number 2, and then when they got her, they were going to do whatever they wanted or decided or had planned, which it seems to be MURDER. So I do not think that Mr. Paulwell has the power or the balls to pull it off by himself. So he knew that he would need the help of Mrs. Leoda Bradshaw to lure this lady in at the trap and then take her away, so that he could preserve his reputation, preserve his power as a politician, and possibly be a part of a winning PNP if that is to be the case. He was trying to avoid any sorts of scandal, because scandal is not good for business. Scandal is not good for winning. However, it seems as it pertains today, as it pertains to the JLP and the PNP, we do not know which of them is worse. It is a bunch of corrupted, incompetent, evilous, criminal-minded people that are a part of both parties. And it is quite obvious that politics and power is more important than the lives of a mother and a child. They would support the suspect allegedly in this case, more than trying to do whatever they need to do as mothers, as fathers, to make sure that justice is served. So therefore, they will always put political party in front of everything. That is the priority. The people that I am very disappointed in is the investigators in this case. Because based on what this lady said, Mr. Paulwell said that he was going to meet with your Deputy Commissioner of POPO, that is Fitz-Bailey. Fitz-Bailey, based on the signs that we are seeing, based on conversations that I've had with persons locally and internationally, it is quite obvious that maybe both of these persons are just as guilty, just as involved. This is definitely a conspiracy to MURDER. And these people are definitely getting the bucketive of their comrades. Like me say, people, it is power, it is politics, it is party over everything, including coal, BLOODEDMURDER. This lady also dropped a bombshell, because remember, in that video that was circulating all over social media with this lady claiming that Leota used Philip Paulwell's gold vehicle and picked up baby mother number 2. This lady is now saying that, listen, since this whole incident, Mr. Paulwell is depressed. He is like in a baby farm. He might have diarrhea. He is afraid that everything is going to get exposed. So therefore, he is in no sort of state of mind or physically to go and jog. Because remember, they were claiming the alibi is that he went jogging and that he always jogged at the time the vehicle was missing. This lady is saying there is nothing such as that. As a matter of fact, he was more trying to frame Leota. He wanted Leota to take the rap for everything, because he claims, and his combolos or comrades claim, that he is old, she is young. She can do time, he cannot do any sorts of time. And people, based on information that I got from persons that know Mr. Philip Paulwell very well, they said that he is soft, he is gentle. They claim that he could never do such thing. But people, like me say, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And when people's back is against the wall and they get desperate, they are going to bite. They are going to MURDER. And people, in my opinion, I think that this is the type of case that is going on. So when we hear stuff like this, we have to ask the question, then hold on a minute. If so much information are circulate all over social media and fingers are pointing at both persons, how is it these investigators, how is it that your Deputy Commissioner of POPO, your Commissioner of POPO, your DPP, Paula Llewellyn, Justice Minister, Mr. Dr. Horace Chang, how comes nobody is saying anything? How comes Paulwell is still allowed to run up and down freely? People, like I said initially in this video, this is the MURDEROUS version of SSL, wherein politics, power, corruption, inner politics, inner law enforcement is showing its ugly head. And the people that have the face card, the politician, they can pretty much get away with stealing, defrauding billions of dollars, or even KILLING, a mother and a 10-month-old baby. It is the Body Club. Remember, I am the one that phrased the term Body Club. This is the Body Club in full effect. So the moral of the story is this: Miss Leota desperate attempt to get a husband, and Mr. Paulwell's desperate attempt to save face, save his reputation, win his political party. They did some evilous thing. They planned, they scheme, they plot, they mastermind together. I don't think one could do. It needed both of them. And people, you and I see what the result is. And I am not saying that Miss Leota is a scapegoat, because she's definitely has some sorts of knowledge. She partake in some of it. To what degree, me can't really say. But it is obvious that both of them were a part of this scheming. So both of them should get the full brunt of the law. But people, this is Jamaica. Hope for the best and expect the worst. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of the video. Bless up.